What is going on, everyone? So once a month, I like to go and just show you guys what's on my phone. Now, my setup really doesn't change all that often. Pretty much how it's set up is like the main page is the first page, obviously, is what I use. The second page, honestly, I use apps on the second page more often than I use on the first page. And then third page and so on, I use them less and less. But I just kind of want to show you what's going on, if anything changed. But before I show you what's on my phone, let me show you what's literally on my phone. And the case I use is the Apple silicone case. I like it a lot. I've only been using silicone cases, Apple silicone cases, since probably the iPhone 6 Plus or 6S Plus since I've had it. They're great cases. They're not even that big, and I would recommend it. And this is like a little magnet thing. It just connects to my GPS thing in the car, so I can like dock it up there and it doesn't move around. I'll link the case in the description below, and I'll try to link the magnet thing. I would really recommend getting the magnet thing. It's really cool. So yeah, these things are really cool, but that is the case. Now, considering what's on my phone, I'll go ahead and show you guys. But before that, I want to show you the widgets that I'm using. These are the widgets that I have. And they're pretty basic. I just have the battery thing up here. It just helps me like when I connect my headphones with them. If I'm about to work out, I can see how much like status of battery they have. I have my activity right here. As you can see, I'm lazy and I'm fat, so I didn't even do anything today. But that will go up very shortly. And then I have Siri shortcuts. And honestly, like I could probably delete that because I don't even use them. They were cool in the beginning with, but I haven't really been utilizing them that much. The Wi-Fi and Bluetooth thing is really the only thing I use just because they fully turn off Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. But really, other than that, there's really no point for me having this. Now, if I click that happy button, I'll go ahead and show you guys. It'll go ahead and show me a picture of Phil Schiller, or go ahead and take me there. So that's really the only benefit I have of Siri shortcuts, just so I can click that and I can get into this every single time just because I love Phil Schiller. He's a really awesome person. I don't know why he's not CEO. Yeah, so those are only shortcuts I use, but Siri shortcuts is cool if you know how to use it. But if you don't know how to use it, or if you only like downloaded things that other people have done, it really doesn't benefit you. I don't really have a lot of tasks that like I want like automated or whatever, so. Now, I will try to link the wallpaper in the description below. If I forget, guys, just please bug me about it. And if I honestly can't find it, then I'll just try to upload this wallpaper onto like Google Drive or something. Then you guys can just download it from there. And I'll try to link it in the description. Every time I say that, I always forget. So you guys can bug me in the comment section below, and I'll try to get in it. But let's go ahead and jump into the apps. So my app setup is pretty basic. I don't really play that many games. I don't really use any crazy apps. A lot of my main apps are on my MacBook, but let's just get into it. I have Google Maps. That's my map of choice. I like it a lot. Reminders. I use a lot of stock Apple apps. So if you guys haven't seen my other about what's on my phone, then you probably don't know. But yeah, I use a lot of Apple stock things like the notes, obviously, calendar, all those things. iMessage, if that's anything. But yeah, I have voice memos. And I haven't updated my computer to my MacBook to macOS Mojave yet. But I heard voice memos actually sync up with that. So that's really cool. And I like that a lot. Gmail is my mail client of choice. I have the clock, and honestly, I haven't been using the clock all that often just because I miss my alarms every time. So you can see I have one for 8:59 and 9:10, but I always miss them, so I need to figure that out. App Store, obviously, settings and camera, I keep right there. Now, every single phone I've ever had, this is like the exact same setup, even when I was on my Android phone. Now, on Android, you're able to keep the apps down here, and you have like a widget search bar up there, but every single app, it's some variation of this. So I have App Store, settings, and camera, my Notes, which is the most amazing app out of all of them. I use Notes all the time, but I think Calendar and Notes are tied. I use Calendar Notes literally like 20 times a day. It's like I have video ideas on the calendar, but then I elaborated further in Notes. So it's really cool if you guys don't utilize that. And on top of that, you're able to sync it up with your MacBook automatically. So if you're out and about, you can just go do it on your MacBook or your phone and it syncs up. So it's a beautiful thing. In this folder called Folder, I have Amazon and eBay. I don't know why I do it like this, but it is what it is. These are my two e-commerce things of choice. This is where I buy everything. If I buy a phone, if I buy whatever, this is where I usually buy it at. I have music. I don't have any music in this actually. I've just been using Spotify, and I switched iPhones. This is a 64 gigabyte iPhone 10. I really should have got a 256, and I probably will get one in like a month or two. I don't have any music on here yet, but I'm going to get some soon. Outlook for my school email. I really don't like Outlook that much, but what am I going to do? You know, I'm not going to complain to the superintendent. I have YouTube, obviously. I have Activity, and I have Spotify. I got to keep them separated because they kind of look alike. I have Robinhood, which is a stock trading app. I honestly have not even invested any money in stock trading at all yet. I did before a couple years ago, but I haven't recently, so I got to do it. Then I have Apollo for Reddit. I think this is new. I haven't had it on my phone for a while. I love Reddit. Reddit is like my home. Rely on it all the time. Now I want to show you my control center. Actually, I should have showed you earlier. This is the setup. I have my flashlight right here, screen record, calculator, and low power mode. Honestly, I could take out calculator and it would have no impact on me because I just go to the calculator on the second page. But I do use screen record and flashlight every so often. I haven't used low power mode all that often just because I kind of have to do a lot of tests and speed tests, and it allows me, like, I have to be on the full power mode in order to utilize it. So I will say between these, the low power mode is probably the one I want to use the most, but it's probably screen recorder, flashlight. I don't use any other things, and I don't use calculator. I only keep it there so then I can have it 4 so it looks kind of a little bit more even. But yeah, that's my control center. And that is my main page actually. Phone, messages, and Safari down here. And moving on to the second page. Now these are apps. Before I used to say these are apps I use less than this page, but that's not even true because I use FaceTime, Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter all the time. And those are my 4 things of choice, or Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter are my 3 main social networks of choice. I don't use Facebook even though I have it on here. I'm not even logged in. I don't use Facebook. Those are my 3 things of choice. FaceTime I use all the time, obviously. Snapchat is awesome. Instagram and Twitter, amazing social networks. I love them. If you guys don't know what they are, you guys need to go back to 3rd grade. Calculator app is pretty cool. If you guys don't know, it allows you to type in numbers and get outputs out of it, so that's pretty cool. The Photos app I keep right there. In my finance folder, I have a lot of my credit card and stuff. The weather app right there, and GroupMe. I don't like GroupMe. Haven't used it in a while. A lot of things that I do force me to use GroupMe, so I have to freaking use it. I hate it. It's like WhatsApp. I have WhatsApp on here too, and I hate it. I don't hate people who use WhatsApp. I just don't like it. I like iMessage, and I don't really see the point of using WhatsApp unless you have family overseas or something that's different. YouTube Studio, greatest app ever. I love it. I use it 20 times a day. Whenever I upload a video, I do all my descriptions and thumbnails and stuff through YouTube Studio. So really cool. I like it. And then Google Photos. If you guys don't know what Google Photos is, it literally allows you to sync up your photos to the cloud without even having to pay for any subscription or anything. And it's through Google. And on top of that, it's unlimited storage. So you go in there, you just upload your photos, and sometimes they honestly say it suppresses quality. So it's not original quality or something. I don't remember what they say, but literally all the photos that I've looked at, they look exactly the same. I think it's photos over 16 megapixels, they shrink them or something like that. But other than that, it's not that big of a deal. PayPal right there, so whenever I do a sponsorship or something, I can get the money there. Bloons Tower Defense 5. This is a game that I actually bought, and it's the first game I ever bought in my life, and I haven't even played it in probably 2 months. I just have not played it. I totally forgot I even used to play it all the time. That's an amazing game. It's not sponsored or anything, but dude, if you want an amazing game, get Bloons Tower Defense 5. Tweakbox is an app that I use because it allows me to get emulators and stuff, and I have to do a lot of tutorials based off that. So Tweakbox is awesome. In this games folder, I only have 3 games and a measure app. I don't know why that's still there, but it's Snakes and Blocks, which is not a good game. Temple Run, which is a classic. Everyone should go download it. And Real Racing 3, which is also an awesome game. They actually just got an update, so that's going to screw up all my other speed comparisons, but there's really nothing I can do about it. Very awesome games. All those games are free. Really recommend it, except Snake Blocks. I don't really play it. MyFitnessPal, I have not used in probably a year. I don't even know why. I'm going to delete it. This is the first time, guys, I'm not going to delete it because it's a good message. It's hey, you should actually track what you're doing, eat healthier, this and that. And obviously I'm not eating healthy, so I should probably start that. But I have another folder for IO games: Whole.io, Paper.io 2, Ogario, and Bumper.io. I don't like Bumper.io. I don't like Whole.io because I think those things you don't play with actual people, you play with bots. So I don't really vibe with that. Paper.io 2 is an amazing game, and Ogario is a classic. I love those things. Now here's a Siri Shortcuts app. I honestly, like I said, I should probably utilize this more, but I just don't really have that many things to automate. So there's really no point. And these are the ones I have now. I got all of these through the Shortcuts subreddit, except the Wi-Fi thing. I think I did that myself. I don't remember, but yeah, most of those things you can get from the subreddit there if you're interested in it. But you have to be on iOS 12 in order to utilize that. So keep that in mind. Here's another Paint. Draw.io. This is another game. I haven't played it that often, but it's there. I think in this game too, you play against bots, and I don't like that. I like playing against other people. Here's a speed test app for Wi-Fi, Facebook, and Game Boy Advance for iOS. Amazing emulator. If you guys don't know, you guys need to get it. I just dropped a tutorial on how to actually get it on your iPhone running iOS 12 or whatever iOS version really, so definitely check that out. It's a couple videos back. I just made it not even a week ago. Now this third page are apps that I don't use all the time, but I don't want to delete. And really, some of these pages could go on the 4th page too, of apps that I don't even want on my phone. But in this travel app, or this travel folder, I got Lyft and Uber. These are the apps that I pretty much use if I go somewhere I don't have a car. I try to use a Lyft more often just because Uber, they don't really, they usually charge more in my opinion. But yeah, I'll just use whatever, I don't really care. In this folder called Health, I have iBooks. I don't know why I always do this. All my folders are so weird. I don't use iBooks out that often, even though I should. In this folder called Folder, I have the Chick-fil-A app. In this folder called Extras, I have Compass, Contacts, and Find iPhone. I don't use those things ever. In this folder called Business, I have my zip archiver, so whenever I get an emulator or anything like that, I always put it in this folder, or I use the zip archiver in order to extract it and get it into the emulator. I love Zip Archiver, amazing app. If you get emulators or anything like that, use that app. I'm not getting sponsored or anything like that to say that, but I use it all the time. The podcast app, the watch app, I don't use any of those apps. I use the watch app like very seldomly. I just put my watch on autopilot, like whatever it is, it's fine. And then it syncs up everything for me. Photos and videos, I used to use Pixar. I haven't used it in a while. I probably should because it is a very good app. It's tremendous, but I just don't use it that often. And then my keyboard of choice is Gboard. Very awesome keyboard. I love it. It allows you to do a lot. And yeah, I depend on it all the time. Quick Notes, this app actually allows you to sync up notes with your Apple Watch. So I like it a lot. And you can like sync up whatever you want. It's just notes. So whatever you put in the Notes app, it'll basically sync up with that. So if you were like need to study and you don't want to bring your phone or you don't have your phone or anything, you just put it in there and you can read the notes from that. So super cool. And this Mail app, I don't use it at all. WhatsApp, I already said I don't use it. Goat, I bought Yeezys not too long ago. I was going to sell them, but I don't really need them anymore. So yeah, that's a cool app. It just allows you to look at sneakers, buy sneakers if you want it. I haven't used it in a while, so I don't really care about it. Files app, I don't really use Files app. Coinbase, really cool. If you're into cryptocurrency, it's an amazing app. Monument Valley, I think it's got untrusted actually. Yeah, it's untrusted. So yeah, I don't play that. Google Sheets and Google Docs. I use Google Sheets all the time and Google Docs, but only on my computer. I don't really use them on here. Google Drive, I used to use all the time, but now I just AirDrop everything, so I don't really need to store anything into the Drive folder anymore. Wallet and Feedback, obviously I don't use those things. The last page, I have my benchmarking app, which I actually use all the time, but it's not like an app you use like all the time. It's just like, I know that didn't make any sense, but it's not like you utilize. It's just like once there's an app that you use it. So there's no point in keeping on their pages. Health app and text free. Those are apps that I don't use at all. I used to use them, but I think they're good to have on your phone. So that's why I haven't deleted them yet. That is pretty much everything that is on my phone. I still have about like 30, 40 gigabytes left. So all these apps aren't even taking that much space. Probably Real Racing 3 is taking up the most, wherever that thing's at. That thing's a humongous game. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. If you have any questions or anything like that, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit that like button. That'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Guys, every single subscriber we get really does count. So it means so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel, Alpaca. I'm going to start doing more comparisons very soon, probably today. I've already had like a ton of comparisons on there. So definitely check that description out. I do a lot of iOS, iPhone comparisons, even Android sometimes. But yeah, it'll mean so much if you guys to check that out and subscribe to it. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.